early on today. Oh no, just barely lost a domination victory early on today. And Exodunks, who are currently sitting number 2 on the championship, really want to get a win here because Sudden Otters, the team in first, kind of slipped on losing a match earlier today. So Exodunks want to capitalize on this, want to get to that first spot to get more IGC Raven skins in their banks. And we got the match starting right now.
Indeed, and we're probably going to see jams coming over from that Griffin's Axel straight onto War Destin's Executor. It's got racial jams that are right for hitting that Executor, so he could be facing a lot of in trying to logi against that composition.
Yeah, unlike the Scorpion, which has all multi-specs, the Griffin has one multi-spec, one Galente jammer, and one Amarr jammer. So it's got a really good matchup, and we see this this Exodunks team focusing on the Megathron and Prophecy instead of the Executor, and they're focusing on the Algos to try and get him down early. The Algos provide so much utility for a destroyer, so we see teams want to knock this guy out really quickly. Meanwhile, it looks like the Maga Punisher has tackled the Exodunks Tempest and is holding him in place a little bit here. The Tempest can fire at pretty long ranges, so it's not really susceptible to being pinned down that much. As we see, Vordax Algo is getting repped by this Maga Executor. Oh no, Exodunks has now tackled the Prophecy of Make Amarr Great again. A really strong setup to take down the Prophecy. It's going to be hard to knock him out with all this DPS, but we'll see how this goes.
Indeed, that Tempest showing once again how much utility it has. It's been throwing a new tag onto that Algos, potentially causing it a lot of problems, and will be causing it problems as the game goes on. But War Destined is getting the reps through and keeping it up for now. Damage dropping onto the Punisher of Hollandaise Source, however, and it is going into low armor at the moment.
Yeah, this is really surprising to see this Punisher taking so much damage, and it is down. That Punisher needs to stay alive to screen potential targets. But no, it died. This Executor was a little bit too far away to get anything on it. So far, this Exodunks Griffin is not really doing too much in terms of jams. A lot of things are out of range for it. So, the Griffin sort of played its role really perfectly in the threat of the jams, pushed the Executor back to the point where it couldn't land reps on the Punisher. So first blood to Exodunks.
Indeed, and we see the threat that the Thrasher can have there. It's one of the most damaging destroyers in the entire championships, and it did its work against that Punisher. But the Tempest of Wowzer QC is being taken very low, even with reps coming off of that Scythe.
Oh, the Scythe from Exodunks is taking huge chunks of damage now, and it doesn't have any means to rep itself up apart from Rep Jones. This Megathron is just pounding into it. I was just about to commentate about how great the Scythe piloting is. He is as far away from the Megathron as he can possibly be, putting his team between the Megathron and himself, which is the perfect positioning for a Scythe pilot. But this Megathron, it's got rails. It just says, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to shoot. And in reaction to this, the Griffin has tried to put a jam on the Executor and the Megathron, and even the Prophecy a little bit. So one of these guys has a multi-spec on it. Not sure which one. And it also looks like Exodunks do have damage drones instead of rep bots, so or at least a few damage drones instead of rep bots.
What we're potentially seeing, though, is which one that Magnometric is going to be focused on. Most likely by the damage coming out, it's focused on that Megathron, because there's no other way to shut down that DPS. It's got rails, it will hit that Scythe. We've seen them so often lay into a Scythe from huge range and be almost used as a counterpick to it due to their ability to do so.
Oh, interesting play from Maga, going once again with the E-War drones. Not EC300s this time. They've got NOS drones, small NOS drones that they throw on this Griffin and this Thrasher a little bit, trying to just mess with his cap a little bit. Didn't do too much to that Griffin as he's applying full control right now, trying to get that Algos off. He's actually putting his jams on the Algos so the Algos can't swap his drones around. Vordax is going to go down, it looks like, right here, unless this Prophecy can get some hero reps off. And he's slipping lower and lower. He's got like 5 hit points left. But he's holding... Oh, there he goes. There he goes. So Exodunks taking a massive amount of control off of this Make Amarr Great Again team. And this Griffin is going to be able to apply its jams onto fewer and fewer targets now. It can focus jamming this Executor and this Prophecy. The Prophecy, of course, acting as a bit of a screen. And, if that Prophecy can't get a web off on this Tempest, the Tempest can just go sit right on the Megathron's face, as we see happening right now. There's a heavy nude on the Megathron from this Tempest, as this Megathron is like grappling the Tempest away. So as we can see right now, the Megathron is not jammed at all. so it can still apply some of its damage. But it's not doing much damage right here.
Indeed, the Megathron's grappler being able to slow down that Tempest before that Tempest can get a web onto the Megathron itself, proving crucial in trying to keep it outside of the full control range and the full damage of those autocannons right up in its face. But we see the Thrasher coming in to try and secure that. It's got the Scram on the Mega, and we're going to see the Tempest get right on top of it to try and finish it off.
Alright, Deez's Thrasher is now up in this Megathron's grill, scrambled him, holding him down. There's nothing this Megathron can do. He is unjammed. I believe he's got the multi-spec on him. But the Prophecy and the Executor both are jammed, it looks like. The Megathron's getting no reps at all, and he is eating it right now. WasiQC's Tempest is just laying into him, and he is about to pop here.
At the same time, Deez in the Thrasher taking a huge amount of damage. He's not catching reps from their side. And he's into Hull, potentially going to be forfeiting a chance of dominating victory to get this tackle on the Megathron.
Oh, this is huge, Deez. You have to stay alive here to get the 4 points, and like, oh my goodness.
And he's
and
catching
the Executor
reps.
loses his jam, and he is able to rep this Megathron all the way up to half armor now, this Mega.
But at the same time, that Scythe has come in. Both sides have caught reps, but a lot more damage is going on to that Megathron. War Destined probably was overheating to try and save Tau Kale's Megathron, and it's not going to be able to. It's not going to be something he can do forever, as we see the Megathron eventually bleed the last of its structure and go down.
Woo, what a decision by this Griffin on Exodunks' team. He said, you know what, screw this Executor, I'm just going to jam off the damage from this Megathron because he's killing my Thrasher. Just enough to buy time for the Scythe to get reps back on the Thrasher. The Thrasher living with 17% structure on a Thrasher. That's like nothing. That's like 2 shots. It's amazing that this Thrasher survived, and it's pivotal for Exodunks to get that extra point and leapfrog the Sun Otters team for league domination right now. The Exodunks team doing a real good job just controlling the pace of battle right now. They have, you know, they're just playing Make 'Em Our Great again like a fiddle right now. This poor Executor is going to die. This poor Prophecy is going to die. Really unlucky for this this poor MAGA team, but you know, great piloting by Exodunks. Incredible decision making as War Destined's Executor is gonna go down here now.
Indeed. Trying to keep these alive, which I'm sure they're trying to do, never going to win them the match at this point. It's just not something they can get enough damage through the team of WasiQC to win anymore, but it could have been trying to deny that full victory, deny those points, play with the league table potentially. But that Executor is going down, and that just means the Prophecy's a brick of EHP to chew through.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we've got 2 minutes for this Exodunks team to kill the Prophecy. Shouldn't be a problem at all. This Prophecy is not going to be able to lock anything, not going to be able to do anything. He's just going to sit there and die. This Tempest flown by WasiQC, who I saw early last week flying a gold magnate through Black Rise. So he's definitely not afraid with his Tempest. Just going straight for Damaskadesh's Prophecy. It is now webbed, and it is slipping into low armor. Oh man, Exodunks, you know, this is the second time we saw ECM win. Just the second time in a row, actually. So, I don't know, maybe teams are going to be more fearful of this ECM or respect it a little bit more. But it looks like Exodunks, you know, they had a really good game plan to go around this with their Griffin, you know. They brought the Thrasher, they flew the Thrasher very aggressively, getting tackle with it, in fact. The Scythe pilot flew perfectly, putting the team between the main DPS and him, so he was really good. The Hurricane knew exactly what to do to blap off any opposing tackle. Really good piloting, really straightforward play by Exodunks. Loved what they did here.
Indeed, and as we see their Prophecy go down, that is a dominating victory secured by them, and we will hand back over to the studio.